With a win tonight, Fairfield can capture the Greater Miami Conference. Can the Indians win the GMC for its third straight year, or can Hamilton stave off history for one more night? Along with the head coach, Sean Van Winkle, I'm Geoff Kim. It's our Game of the Week on Chatterbox Live. Both teams took losses on Tuesday in getting to this Friday matchup. Fairfield suffered its first conference loss of the season in Middletown, 52-48. The Indians got a game-high 19 points from Deshaun Grimm. Meanwhile, the Big Blue got a game-high 25 from Cooper Matthews, but it was Sycamore that ended up winning at the Hamilton Athletic Center, 51-42. So as we bring in the head coach, Sean Van Winkle, the surprise is the first loss of the year in conference by the Fairfield Indians, but they're looking to make history tonight.
They are, yeah, and not many people have done the three-peat like we're going to dive into that historical thing, but before we get started, I'd be remiss not to say Happy Michael Jordan Day. It's 2/3/23. It's Happy Michael Jordan Day, but it's also Fairfield Indians Senior Night, which is a special night for those seniors, and we'll talk about them as the game goes on. But it's also another Friday night in the GMC with Jeff and I being able to call a game on Chatterbox. And man, if you look at our previous Fridays, it's always been fun. They've been close and they've been fun. So hopefully tonight brings the same exact thing with this border rival of Hamilton and Fairfield.
And in the case of Fairfield, the last time you and I were here, we got out of here lickety-split, an hour and 17 minutes. I mean, as soon as we walked in the door, that's how fast we were on out. And I guess that punctuates the point on how good Fairfield is in getting the ball down the floor and really operating in the half court.
Yeah, and that's going to be some of our keys as we get into those. As I talk to both coaches, you know, Fairfield wants to push the tempo, obviously, and then Hamilton will probably want to slow it down. So if you don't mind, Jeff, we'll jump right into tonight's keys of the game for Fairfield. It's the home team. And talking to Coach, here's the keys for tonight's victory for Fairfield. Contain the big two. Matthews and Holden are the big two for the Hamilton Big Blue, both high-level players. They need to make Matthews take tough shots and keep Holden off the glass. The second thing is offensive rebounding for Fairfield. Fairfield is the best rebounding team in the GMC, but they're also a great offensive rebounding team. Last game they were out, although they lost, they got 50% of the offensive rebounds, which is an amazing stat. If they didn't do that, Jeff, they probably would have got beat by more against the Middies. And the last thing for the Fairfield Indians is they want to push the pace, which you just talked about. They want to push the pace, and they want to get the ball down the floor prior to Hamilton setting up in that matchup zone. So tonight, those three things that we will look at, big-time keys for Fairfield in order to get a victory tonight.
On the other side for Hamilton, you and I saw them a week ago over at the Athletic Center, and something that you and I talked about in coming into this matchup tonight is they need multiple pieces. They need three pieces to really flow and perhaps get a win tonight here in Fairfield.
And that's part of one of the keys. So if we go right into Hamilton, in order for Hamilton to win tonight, Jeff, transition defense. Just like Fairfield wants to push it, Hamilton really has the key on their transition defense. They need to stop the ball early and then get inside their zone as much as they can. Because if Krim and Coney get paint touches, if they get deep into that zone, the Hamilton Big Blue are going to be in trouble. The second thing for Hamilton to do, they got to block out. They're playing against the best rebounding team in the GMC, but they have a great rebounder in Holden, but it's got to be more than just Holden. And also, Jeff, in a zone, it's really hard to rebound sometimes. It's all about space, so Hamilton Big Blue got to rebound. And the third thing that Hamilton has to do in order to have a chance to win tonight, they need the supporting cast to step up, which is exactly what you just said. Somebody besides Matthews has got to score the ball. Avery, he had a big game against Middletown. It could be a guy like him. But somebody's got to step up for the Hamilton Big Blue besides Matthews and score tonight.
Dubbed by Reed Mouse, our producer tonight,
Yep.
the Davis-Avery game from a week ago. Davis was 6 of 8 from the floor, all from behind the three-point line, and 5 of 5, most of which came in the fourth quarter at the free throw line, a game-high 23 and a career high.
It was, and I'm sure Davis-Avery's parents are probably looking for me and you tonight and going to say, hey, thank you guys, Chatterbox, for coming out, because he did. He was a senior, and it was a great night for him. But tonight's a big night. Again, I told you earlier today when we talked and getting prepped for the game, Hamilton-Middletown is a historic rival, but probably the new wave rival with the kids is probably Hamilton Fairfield. These guys know a lot about each other, and it's going to be one heck of a game tonight.
Tail of the tape, Fairfield comes in averaging 59.3 points per ball game, giving up about 50.3. That's a +9 differential. That's the best in the GMC. Hamilton at 51.3. They've given up 53.4. That's a -2.1 differential. Fairfield shooting about 44% from the floor. Hamilton just about 41.5%. You mentioned rebounding throughout your keys of the ball game. Unlike the matchup that Hamilton had last week where they had an advantage on the boards, Hamilton at 26.7, they out-rebound their opposition by just about 0.6, just about a half a rebound a ball game. Fairfield, no slouch on the boards. 30 rebounds a ball game, +6 in differential.
Which is huge. That's why they are in the conference 12-1 going into tonight's game. They are rebounding the ball, and they're doing it from a lot of different people besides just Amir Rogers. It's everybody. It's gang rebounding.
We talked a lot about rebounding in our chat prior to the ball game. Andre Holden is second in the league in rebounds at 8.8. Amir Rogers at 8.7. They are 2 and 3 behind Raleigh Burgess of Sycamore.
Yeah, and Andre Holden, and talking to Coach Higgins, is a freak athlete. This is his third year playing basketball. He goes and gets them, especially on the offensive end when we watched him against Middletown. And Amir Rogers has turned himself into an all-league player. He's a double-double guy, close to averaging a double-double, but lately he's been a double-double guy, and he is really the difference. And both these guys, Jeff, are great interior defenders. So it's going to be a good matchup for those guys tonight.
Yeah, a lot of height on the floor for both teams. The last time these two teams met, it was a 51-45 Fairfield win on December 13th. Hamilton's Andre Holden had a double-double, 16 points and 11 rebounds, speaking of double-doubles. Yep. The Indians have won 4 in a row in this series. Now, the last time the Big Blue won in this series, you have to go back to the first round of the 2020 sectionals over at Lakota West, 57-40. Hamilton outscored the Indians in the second half of that game, 43-15, to advance to the second round of the 2020 playoffs.
There's nothing Hamilton would like more than to come in here and try to knock these guys off. Again, we'll talk about the tournament draw, which is a couple days from now. Fairfield's going to be the #1 seed. Most coaches have already voted, or they'll vote tomorrow morning before noon. You have to do it by. But they'll be the #1 seed, and there's nothing Hamilton would like more to come in here and knock these guys off on a special night, which is senior night. And, man, did Coach Wyrick have a lot to say about those seniors today in the conversation, and we'll dive into that throughout the game.
I think the big stat after a year, his first year with the program, back to that 2020 season, right, where Fairfield won only 7 times. They've won 52 games as a group since then.
Yep. These seniors have been with him for 4 years, so they're special.
We're due for a timeout. When we return, we'll have the starting lineups in the opening tip-off. This is our game of the week on Chatterbox Live. If you're ready now, let's give you the starting lineups here in this ball game. First, we're visiting Hamilton. The Big Blue are 8-10, 4-9 in the GMC. Kevin Higgins in his 5th year with this program, 52-57, in his 22nd year overall. They'll run a 4-guard set tonight. 3 is Cooper Matthews at 6'1", a senior. 4 is Davis Avery, 6 foot tall, a senior. 5 is Dre Tillery at 6'1", a junior. 20 is Peyton Davis at 6 foot tall, a sophomore. Running the pivot tonight, number 2, Andre Holden at 6'6", a junior. Fairfield is 15-4. The Indians have a 12-1 GMC record to pace everybody in the conference. DJ Wyrick's in his 4th year at the program, 59-30 in his 7th year overall as a head coach. It is senior night, so we will have a senior-laden lineup tonight. 2 is Deshaun Krim at 6'2", wearing the number 2. 5 is Ray Coney at 6'3". 55 getting the announced start tonight is Ty Cunningham at 6'2". 0 up front is Elijah Bembry at 6'3", obviously a senior, and 11 is Amir Rogers at 6'7". So, partner, as we bring you back into this ball game, want to talk about Ty Cunningham, who will not see the floor tonight, but he will get announced for senior day as a starter.
Yeah, again, we just said a few minutes ago how special these seniors were. Ty Cunningham was one right off the top when Coach Wyrick and I talked today. He says, Coach Van Winkle, he goes, He tore his ACL back during baseball, into baseball season. He's been at everything. He couldn't say enough. I asked him, Jeff, I said, Coach, what do these seniors mean to you? He sat there for a second. You could tell he got a little emotional. These guys have been with him on the ride for 4 years when he came here. He said, when I left Vandalia Butler, I told my wife, I don't think I'll ever have seniors like I just had this year. He told her the other day, he goes, honey, I lied. These guys are unbelievable. They care about each other so much, and they care about the success of others. It's a special group. That's why they've won how many games?
As a group, since they're freshmen, this is now 59 games.
I mean, that is amazing. There's not many schools in the whole Southwest Ohio that can make that comment. I knew you would have that stat for us.
Especially when you consider a lot of regular season wins in that tally. And they only had 7 from this group of seniors that were freshmen over 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Deshaun Krim was a starter late in that season. Amir Rogers and Ray Coney came off the bench for sparse minutes that season. And then the following years, they just blossomed as a group.
They just grew, and that's when the program grew. And the program's in great shape here at Fairfield. And Coach Higgins has got to bring in the Big Blue tonight to take on what's going to be a good Indian team. And it's a very, very nice crowd here for a Friday night GMC game.
Amir Rogers, the jump center, with Andre Holden. The home whites tonight with the red numerals and trim for Fairfield. The blue uniforms with the white numerals and trim for Hamilton. And away we go here at the arena. Into the backcourt for Hamilton. They'll get the first crack on offense as they go left to right and attack the southwest end. Here at the Horseshoe at Fairfield Arena. It's Avery. Catch and release. 3 on the way. Back iron and out. The rebound, as you would expect, comes out to Holden. Here's a 3 from the corner. No good for Dre Tillery. The shot put up. 3 looks, nothing doing. Here comes Fairfield for the first time. Krim to the hole, and no good. In and out, and a foul underneath.
Well, at the other end, the Hamilton Big Blue got 2 offensive rebounds early in the game, really hitting the glass. Davis Avery had a wide open shot, didn't knock it down. He needs to knock those down. In transition, Fairfield got down the court quick. Look for this to be a fast-paced game if it goes Fairfield Indians' way.
Common foul. Elijah Bembry picks up his first, team's first. 7:20 left to go here in the first. Just getting underway here at the arena. It's Dre Tillery. He pops outside the lane. He goes glass and gives Hamilton the first lead. Averaging 4.5 a ball game, 2-0 Hamilton. Ray Coney has it up high, looking down low. Krim has it. Gives it up, gets it back as he moves out towards the corner. And they keep it around the arc. It's Coney with the ball, who has been so impressive this year in points, rebounds, and assists. Top 5 in the conference in assists and rebounds.
Hamilton playing man-to-man. They're switching everything and playing really far off the Indians because the Indians went 1 for 11 the last game from 3.
Krim, nice post up to tie up the ball game.
Good post feed. That's exactly where the Indians want to score, right at the rim, especially with the strength of their guards.
First tie of the ball game, knotted up at 2. Tapped out, we head the other way. You know, it's funny, partner, in talking about the fact that it is senior night here in Fairfield, it's really a group of sophomores that are coming up for Fairfield that's really caught our notice.
Yeah, they got some guys coming right down the pipeline. Sanders is one, obviously.
Who's seen a lot of floor time this year.
Yes. Cameron Sanders. I always say Kareem for some reason. I think that's his father's name.
3 from the corner, off the mark. And the rebound comes down to Cooper Matthews for Hamilton. He'll take it up court himself. Whipping it over for Avery. Corner 3 off the mark. Back iron and out. Tapped out by Peyton Davis. It's loose on the floor, and we've got contact underneath with 5:44 to go here in the first.
Foul on the ground there. Look for the Big Blue to run their underneath out of bounds play. They usually get a triangle set. Sire Riggins coming in for the Big Blue. First sub for the Big Blue.
A name that evokes royalty, by the way, when you hear Sire's name.
Oh, yeah.
So that's 2 fouls, by the way, against Fairfield. That last one went to Ray Coney, his first. They just sustain the weave and now play. It's Matthews up top. Checked by Krim. We expect them to be both first-teamers in the GMC this year. Yep. Tapped out and too tall for the receiver, Riggins, and we head the other way.
Yeah, you called that. I mean, you got Matthews, who's one of the leading scorers in the Greater Miami Conference. Krim, who's probably going to be the player of the year in the conference.
Deshaun has been special this year. 19.5 points a ball game, part of the 1,000-point club here at Fairfield.
Now they're in their little matchup zone.
Rogers low right, outside.
Like I told you earlier, Jeff, they'll go with guys in different areas so they can hand them off.
It's Coney. Fills the lane. He tries to get it back. No good. Save to Hamilton.
Hamilton got lucky there. You usually don't want to save underneath the opponent's bucket, but they were able to get the ball, the Big Blue.
Matthews straight on, off the mark. Both teams a little cold to start things off. And here's the putback, and extra effort there to give Hamilton the lead.
Big Blue are hitting the offensive glass. Again, like you said, a little cold. Hamilton Big Blue had a lot of open threes here in the first quarter. They got to knock down.
Again, one and done, it looked like,
Avery.
And we got to push underneath.
I think Avery got him from behind there. He kind of pushed, got him right in the back as we got.
It is on Avery, his first.
You see right here, Jeff, he gets right into the back of him and pushes him right there. He thought he was going to get away with it, but this referee on this side was able to catch that. Oh, what a play.
And you get it to fall in.
Great inside screen there. Using Coney to screen for Amir Rogers. That's a great inside screen.
Amir, a double threat, knots it up at 4, our second tie of the night.
Boy, we got 5 seconds. You know, if I've noticed tonight, the Indians are putting all kinds of pressure on Hamilton's guards. They got a 5-second call there. They're trying to press the tempo, Jeff, trying to get Hamilton to play a lot faster than they want to play.
Krim off the high screen by Coney. You and I talked about the size of both Krim and Coney in our pregame chat, and they are thick.
They are. They work hard in the weight room.
Krim, top of the key, penetrates, now pops left of the lane, 15-footer misses. Coney the rebound, and one!
What strength. He got on the backside of that zone, Jeff, and was able to really, really use his muscle. As we got the replay here, you see him on that weak side of the zone and got him right behind him and got Riggins on his back with the foul.
Demetrius Berry will check in for Hamilton at 6'4", a junior.
Berry's instant energy for them. Not a great score, but instant energy as far as defense and rebounding.
Rogers the rebound. Saved up front by Cam Sanders. Cash Ingram into the ball game, lost it, threw it away. So Ingram's into the ball game as well, one of those sophomores that we had talked about. Here's Matthews to the rim, taking it to the rack, no good. The rebound to Riggins. Here's a corner three for Matthews, no good. The ball chased down by Berry and taken away from him. Ingram plays up front. Oh, what turned into a missed shot, into a pass, and now we head the other way.
Yeah, he shuffled his feet on the offensive rebound there. Referees letting him play a little bit, very physical game. But both teams are hitting the offensive glass. Anxious to see the stats here at the end of the first quarter.
The throw went from Sire Riggins against man pressure.
Well, they're picking him up full court, aren't they, Jeff? Trying to get him to play fast.
Well, speed has typically benefited Fairfield throughout this entire season. Here's Matthews to the hole. Deflected from behind. Saved by Hamilton. 3 straight on, off the mark. No good for Clint Mokos in the ballgame. The rebound put back for Riggins. That's no good. They still save it up front. It's Moke again, back iron and out.
Boy, what energy does Riggins brought off the bench for the Hamilton Big Blue with offensive rebound after offensive rebound. But, boy, they are cold from 3 early, aren't they, Jeff?
Yeah, a little cold to start off. Part of it feels mechanical, right? And now we have a 3 on the other side, and that one's no good for Gabe Clemens, who's now into the ball game for Fairfield. Another one of those great sophomores.
Good sophomore. Look for Hamilton to use his guy as a screener.
Matthews, 12-footer, can't drop. It's loose and it's saved. Jalen Morris into the ball game, and we've got contact underneath. It's on the newcomer, Gabe Clemens. He picks up his first. Fouls are starting to pile up a little bit here in this first quarter. 3 now for Fairfield, 2 for Hamilton. And both teams freely substituting here in the early minutes.
Coach trying to get the he's getting the diamond set up with the down screen here.
We see Mason King come into the ballgame for the first time. You mentioned Michael Jordan's name and number a little while ago with that 23. That's what he wears. High arcing shot, no good for Tillery. They keep it up front. Tillery plays back to Avery.
Another offensive rebound. Shooting threes are long rebounds, which are a lot of effort rebounds too, Jeff. And the Hamilton Big Blue are playing with tons of effort.
Sure, you got to have quick feet to chase them down, right?
See, they'll use Barry as a screener here to see if they can get Clemens isolated on one of the guards. Watch, here we go. Look, isolate. No, he didn't use it. But they're trying to get Barry up here to ball screen.
Really outstanding half-court defense for Fairfield here in this set. 1:40 to go.
Here we go. Isolate. See, they're going right at Clemens.
Davis, 15-footer, cannot drop. I mean, there is a lid right now on the basket. Tapped out. I think it stays up front. It does.
Yeah, they're trying to isolate Clemens to switch out on one of those guards on those ball screens. And what Clemens is doing, Jeff, is he's pushing and making the guard go under, which is tough because the guards are coming downhill right at you.
Riggins comes out. Cooper Matthews checks back in. Well, if there's going to be anybody that fills up the bucket tonight for Hamilton, it might be young Mr. Matthews, who has the ball now.
Yeah, they're trying to isolate him again. Watch him. They're trying to go right at Clemens. They'll just go under.
Rubs off the Barry screen. Now outside to Avery, and will have to reset. Back to Matthews, stuck at the free throw line.
Good spacing by the Hamilton Big Blue. Really doing a good job of moving the ball, getting the ball reversed one side to the other. There's the ball screen.
This has been a suffocating Fairfield defensive set.
It has. And
1 minute to go. Avery launches 3, and he still can't find the bottom of the well.
Boy, they're getting good looks. Good patience by the Hamilton Big Blue.
Krim left of the lane. Thought about penetrating. Now nice step around on the crossover. Has it batted away from him and taken away. Here's Tillery for Hamilton on a 1-on-2. He pops 10 feet away. The bank shot can't drop, and now here comes Hamilton. The quick outlet up front to Krim. To the rack he goes! No foul on the contact, and we play on.
Nice pass.
They go underneath. Barry is rejected by Clemens.
He's 6'9", sophomore.
10 seconds to go here in this first quarter. 8-4 Fairfield. Lead in the ball. Krim will launch. 3 on the way, off the mark. The rebound underneath. Here's the put back to end things here in this first quarter. King with the bucket, and we go to the second. It's a Fairfield lead here at the arena tonight on Chatterbox Live. 10-4 good buddy here at the arena at Fairfield. Along with Sean Van Winkle, I'm Geoff Kim. Our producer tonight, the mighty one, Reed Mouse. Our videographer is Mike Ackley. And our quick feet for our statistician tonight, Mia Van Winkle.
0 for 9.
Wow.
Hamilton Big Blue from 3. 0 for 4 for the Indians. Here's the stat, though, Jeff. Hamilton is out-rebounding Fairfield right now 18-9. 18-9.
We have 27 total rebounds through 8 minutes, which is an amazing number.
A lot of misses, so they're going after them. 13 offensive rebounds in the first quarter for the Hamilton Big Blue, Jeff.
It's Coney as we begin things here in the second. King, who had the last bucket, drops it off. Rogers back outside. Nice step around. 15-footer, too strong. Off the draw by Davion Krim, who's in for the first time. Coney feeds inside.
Nice dish by Coney with a ill-advised foul, 84 feet away. What a great pass by Coney.
So
Gathering
Krim's
himself with 2 feet. Watch this, Jeff. He gathers himself with 2 feet. Boom. Makes the pass. Nice finish by Krim.
Good eyes.
Cody to Krim. They've heard that for about 3 straight years around here.
Absolutely. Krim has 6 in the book as he has taken over the game-high lead. Trying to see who caught the foul on that. I thought it was Coney.
It was Coney, 84 feet away, yep.
And that's his second.
Yep, as Michael Lewis comes in for the Fairfield Indians.
So DJ Wyrick freely substituting here in the early minutes.
Michael, one of those sophomores, Jeff, that's on the rise for the Fairfield Indians.
It's Matthews has it poked away by Michael Lewis.
Whoa.
Ilevi's shot turned into an odd pass there, but Tillery can't finish. And this one will rattle out of bounds. Again, there is a lid on that roof to our right.
There is. Boy, they're getting some good looks. I'm not sure Holden was ready to shoot that ball, but
Deshaun Krim will run point here in this sequence with Coney out of the lineup.
Nice matchup zone by the Hamilton Big Blue.
You and I got into a discussion about half-court defenses last week and just in preparing for this, as Rogers is a high-arcing rainbow, misfires, and Hamilton on the move the other way with Andre Holden on the rebound. Here's a long 3, back iron and out for Tillery, one and done, and here comes Fairfield on the run. Krim driving baseline around Davis, now will skip it out. It's Krim. Over for Amir Rogers, a nice jumper.
Yeah, that is the difference in Rogers' game this year, Jeff. He used to be kind of a back-to-the-basket only guys. We got a 30-second timeout here for the Hamilton Big Blue. Used to be a full timeout, I apologize, Jeff. Used to be a back-to-the-basket guy, Rogers. He's really been able to step out and shoot that 12 to 15-footer for the Indians. Going back to the defense we were talking about earlier, you said you brought it up. That's where he's got to hit that shot, because in that zone, what's open in a zone is usually the short corner baseline shot in the high post area. So just depending on if they decide to screen Holden in the middle, Rogers is going to get those shots, both of them 12 to 15 footers all night long.
I think it goes back to your point. You leave a big man open on jumpers, you almost as a coach, or if you're a defensive coordinator, you have to accept those at that point. You just say, because if they come inside and score on you, that's on you. But if they go outside and you don't defend them, well, you tip your cap.
Tip your cap, and that's exactly what Rogers has got his game elevated to. And Holden on the other end, possession before, shot a 12-footer, kind of clanked it. Again, he's a junior. Next year, his game has got to get better and be able to hit those shots. But again, Holden, 3rd year playing organized basketball, amazing athlete. Look for the Indians to pick up full court no matter how it goes here. They got 14 fouls, but they've been really pressuring the Big Blue, trying to get them to shoot quick. And they have, but the Big Blue haven't been able to knock them down yet.
Well, is a strategy there, partner, to match the energy that Hamilton has as they take it away. Here's King low left. And now drops it off. Davion Krim with 2 more.
Davion, a lot of energy. Boy, they're really starting to trap everything.
It's our biggest lead of the ball game at 16-4, a 12-point lead. In fact, it's the last 12 points that have been scored by Fairfield.
Look at the pressure they're putting on the ball. I mean, all the way out to half court, trying to get a hand on everything, deflections. They'll lay off Holden, though. They'll lay off him out there.
Here's a long 3. Avery back iron and out. And it's a Fairfield possession. Davion Krim.
Very smooth player.
Mira Rogers, top of the key. King looks inside.
Working that baseline.
3 left of the key. No good for Krim. Rebound by the other Krim. To the hole he goes.
How did he step through there? He got the rebound on the backside, which is hard to rebound out of the zone, and then steps through as another Big Blue timeout.
18-4, our biggest lead of the ball game with 4:51 left to go till halftime. The Krim Reaper coming into this ball game has 14 career 20-point games. 8 of those have come this season, including a career-high 33 against Lakota West back in December.
Yeah, and he's just a well-rounded player. I mean, he can shoot the ball from the perimeter. If it's not going in, which the Indians have struggled from 3. He makes a great effort to get inside and play off his strength, play off 2 feet inside the paint, just like he's done this evening. Now, Krim is a really good defender. I always talk about him on the offensive end, but when I saw the Coach Wyrick today, he is tenacious. The reason why, he can guard 1 through 4. Now, maybe not a center, but he can guard a forward, he can guard a point guard, he can guard multiple positions, which makes him such a well-rounded player. Geoff, I would say that comes next Sunday when they do GMC, he's probably going to be in the running right towards the top for GMC Player of the Year.
We mentioned a little bit ago the run that Fairfield's on. They were down 4-2 in this ballgame, briefly tied it up at 4-4. They've scored the last 16 points in this ballgame. That is an astounding number.
They are capable of doing that. Now, the Hamilton Big Blue have had some open looks. I mean, they've had some really good shots, especially from the 3, and haven't been able to knock them down. But you got to understand, Geoff, when you're getting pressured 84 feet and then you shoot that 3, you're not in a rhythm. They're really making these guys play faster than they want to right now.
It's Matthews out of the timeout. Plays Avery, now holds on to it. Trapped out on the sideline. Back to Matthews. Fills the lane, and can he break the drought? No! King the rebound, and Fairfield wants to run. Up ahead, it's Krim. Shooting over Avery, has his shot rejected by Holden.
Man, that looked like it might have been a goaltending by Holden. I mean, it's awful close as you watch here. Watch Holden hustle the floor. Oh, he got it before it hit the backboard. He got it on the top of the back. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Above the square. Now, Geoff, I've never been up there, man. I've never been up there, not even to change the nets. Holy cow, did he get up and block. But that was a Krim to Krim transition. How would you like to be the mom and dad tonight, just proud watching these guys play out on the court?
Oh, absolutely. We've seen brother acts around here. Davion's going to be a good one. Krim, Deshaun, takes it to the rack. He's got 10 in the book.
He is so strong, Geoff.
18-0 run. 20-4 Fairfield. Tillery replays up over for Avery, and they keep it up top.
You know, Coach Wyrick said he really wanted Cooper Matthews to take uncomfortable shots tonight, and that's exactly what the Indians have done.
Here's a takeaway for Fairfield. They want to run again in transition.
What a pass.
Outside to Krim. Catch and release. 3 off the mark. Back iron and out. 1 and done. And the rebound to Davis Avery for Hamilton.
Great pass by Michael Lewis.
Matthews to the well. Has a shot rejected by Rogers. Back outside. Tillery has it rejected by Rogers. Outside. Long range. No good for Riggins, who's back into the ball game. Avery has it now. They're really out of sorts right now in the half court.
Boy, they're making it so tough to shoot.
So contact as Matthews was making his move.
But talking to Coach Wyrick today, he said he wanted to make sure that Cooper Matthews takes very uncomfortable shots. And tonight he's doing that. I mean, they are all over him. But they're doing that with a lot of the Big Blue players with their defense here. But somehow Matthews has got to get one of these to drop.
Avery looking, direct entry to Matthews, and he's got a shot blocked.
Lewis with a great block.
Krim back outside. Lewis goes to the baseline as it rejected by Matthews. It's a volleyball match here at the arena in Fairfield tonight. Matthews on the run to the hole. It was fouled on the way up.
They're going to give him on the pass. On the pass, they said look at Matthews just driving in. Again, uncomfortable shots. Everything he's getting tonight has been very, very uncomfortable. Hats off to the Indians. Lewis is guarding Cooper right now, Matthews, and he is instant energy.
Avery spots up and breaks the drought.
There we go, Geoff.
Davis Avery's in the book, 20-7. He breaks the 18-0 run.
What a run. Not a good shot.
It's Mason King. He lost it, a literal handoff to Dre Tillery. About Davis Avery, by the way, coming in, he had 101 shots coming into this ballgame. 84 of them from behind the arc.
Oh, yeah.
So when he's looking from the outside, he's not looking for layups. He's looking for the long ball.
Yeah, they missed the middle screen there. I tell you, I know Lewis is probably going to come out right now because he shot a bad three, and Coach Wyrick's going to bring him in and talk to him about it. I'm guessing. Yeah, here he comes off the court. I know he shot that bad three down there, but I'm telling you what, Jeff, on defense down here, he is playing incredible defense on Cooper Matthews. Here's the thing, though, Jeff. They're just bringing fresh guys at Matthews all night, and they're just going to keep pressuring him and pressuring him.
2:70 to go. Coney's back in to run the point. He gives it up. He gets it back.
Missed the corner. They missed, yeah, too late. I like the loop around throwback, but they missed the corner action.
Ingram fills the paint. Outside. Three on the way for Cam Sanders.
Sanders is who you and I talked about today, about a guy that who, if they want to get hot from three, because they sure weren't Tuesday, Sanders is the guy that can get hot. Very, very. Now watch Sanders play defense right now on Matthews. They're bringing fresh guys at him all night.
Well, they have a chance to clinch the GMC tonight. They want to do this with an exclamation point.
Absolutely.
Here's Avery stuck out high on the right by King.
Look at the pressure. Just look at this pressure.
Matthews to Avery, a deep water shot. He hits his second in a row.
You know, Matthews found Avery a lot in the Middletown game. He draw, get two people, and kick out. He's an excellent passer. You know, his assist is pretty good as Sanders shoots another three.
And hits it.
Woo!
So now all of a sudden, we had a long drought for about a quarter and a half, and now we've got 4 makes from behind the arc.
Yeah, Sanders is a great shooter, especially when he gets his feet set. Anxious to see him grow into a 3-level scorer.
Harry ball screen, Avery. Outside Matthews to the hole is rejected, but contact down low left.
Yeah. Looks like they're going to get Mason King on the foul there. But I'm anxious to see Sanders grow. We got a drive here. He drove on that long closeout or the reverse closeout. That's the time you got to drive, Jeff. And Cooper Matthews does a great job of getting those angles and getting the ball to the basket. Very athletic for a guard. Talking to Coach Higgins. 2 shots. His recruitment is kind of slow right now because I think things are going to happen late. Every Division III team around here wants him. But D2s, it kind of trickles down, Jeff, as it goes down. You know, D2s are thinking they're going to get these kids, and they don't get them. And then they start getting to second level. Same thing happened to Ryan Robinson. Ryan Robinson got offered late to Taylor, ended up going over there, have a great career. Look for Matthews to get some late Division II offers maybe this spring. He's just too good of a player not to play at that level.
That's the first point tonight for Cooper Matthews, averaging 19.3 a ball game, averaging just under 4 rebounds and 4 assists a ball game. A very complete player.
30 seconds here to go in the half.
15-point lead in the ball for the host team, looking for their 3rd straight GMC title. Cam Sanders has made his presence felt, and he'll play it back out to Cash Ingram, back to his fellow sophomore.
They're trying to get an overload against this zone. High ball screen and overload. There it is.
8 to go. 3, misses everything. But the rebound, Coney, he can't get it to drop, and the rebound goes down to Demetrius Berry, and they can't get a shot off, and that is the end of this first half. Domination on clinching day for Fairfield. They have a 15-point lead, 26-11, led by 10 first-half points by Deshaun Krim. When we return, we'll break down the first half and look ahead to half number 2 for our Game of the Week on Chatterbox Live. We're at the half, and a big lead for the home team looking for its 3rd straight GMC title. The Fairfield Indians own a 26-11 lead over Hamilton. Along with Sean Van Winkle, I'm Geoff Kim. Before we get to Coach, want to remind you to stay with us tomorrow night. It's the Battle of Hamilton. Ross and Baden. Reed Mouse and Sean Van Winkle, who's apparently doing overtime for Chatterbox, will be on the call. Tip-off is set for 7:30.
And that game is sold out. So if you want to watch the game, Chatterbox is your chance because you will not be able to get in the gym. That game's sold out. I was told early this morning by 9 a.m. Looking at the keys of the game of this game we're doing right here, Jeff, the Fairfield Indians tonight, they wanted to hold the big two down. Well, they are. Matthews has 1 point. Holden has 0. Offensive rebounding is what the Fairfield Indians wanted to do. They have 10, which is pretty good. But the Hamilton Big Blue have 17 offensive rebounds. The Fairfield Indians wanted to push the pace. They did, but they did it in the second quarter. Really did a great job in the second quarter. Over at the Hamilton Big Blue side, keys of the game, transition defense. They wanted to be good in transition. They were pretty good in transition. They wanted to out-rebound the Fairfield Indians. They out-rebounded the Indians 26-19. The supporting cast needed to step up for the Big Blue. No one's really stepped up all the way, although Avery did hit 2 threes in the second quarter, going 2 for 5. This game has not played out the way I thought, and a lot of it has to do with this stat right here. The Hamilton Big Blue are shooting 12% from the field, and the Fairfield Indians are shooting 40%. You cannot win games shooting 12%. They got to somehow get hot. But again, that pressure defense, Jeff, I think is really making the Hamilton Big Blue taking quick, ill-advised shots.
Well, sometimes you can be in too much of a hurry in the half court, and I think that's been the point tonight. To be fair, though, we saw at least 8 bunnies. You know, we're talking about shots right at the hoop, and none of them fell in the first 16 minutes for Hamilton. Law of averages just dictates that that'll change in the second half.
You would think they'll shoot a little bit better here in the second half, but you got to remember the Indians didn't shoot great in the first, but they really shot the ball well in the second quarter. And I hope this game gets a little closer, but who knows? I mean, we both know the Indians are capable of just taking off and running away with games.
A win tonight gives Fairfield an outright title in the GMC for its 3rd straight year. The last time there was a 3-time champion in the GMC, you have to go back to 2008 through 10. It's the Princeton Vikings. They tied with Oak Hills for the title in 08, then won outright titles in 09 and 10.
Coach Andrews, who then left the Princeton job, went to Middletown. Now he's the coach at Taylor University. Coach Andrews was the coach for the Vikings during that three-peat.
Fairfield has won an outright title in 2021. They tied for the title with Sycamore a year ago, and they're on their way to an outright title this year as we get back underway in half number 2.
Like to see the set plays out of the half. Little gate screen. They ran out against the middies.
Catch and release for Avery. No good. He's 2 for 6 tonight from long range. Ball initially poked away by Coney. He gains. And Fairfield will set up in the half court as they go left to right, attack the southwest end.
Very good set play for the Big Blue coming out of the half.
Off the screen is Krim. Can't penetrate. We'll keep it outside. Cam Sanders at 6'2". Nothing but a bright future for him, averaging 8 points a ball game.
Really playing, kind of playing the stage a little bit. Nice pass by Sanders there.
No alley-oop, but the nice back door. And Coney gets a bucket of his own. He's got 4 tonight.
Great pass. Sanders playing, waiting his turn. He probably could have played as a freshman. But he played JV, and now he's getting a great opportunity here his sophomore year.
17-point lead, but that lead changes, and it's 2 for Andre Holden, who gets his first points of the night, averaging 11.5 a board. And some contact on the other end on the finish.
Coney with a great finish there. Threw ahead, pushing the pace. Again, that's something Coach Wyrick wanted to do. They didn't celebrate long, the Hamilton Big Blue, after Holden hits his first bucket of the game, because the Indians rushed that ball right down the court. And Coach Higgins has made his first sub with Riggins, Sire Riggins, coming back in for the Big Blue.
So Davis picks up his first. 2 straight buckets for Ray Coney, and he gets the bonus to give him 7 in the book and give Fairfield its biggest lead at 18. Drive Matthews to the hole. No good, and a lid on this end as well for Hamilton. Here comes Fairfield. Krim to the rack.
He is so strong with the ball, with a great pass by Sanders. Again, look at this 94 feet pressure the Indians are playing all the way up, just trying to get the Hamilton Big Blue as uncomfortable as they can. How did that ball not go in for Matthews down there? It looped around the rim and just could not drop.
The Saran wrap is strong tonight here in Fairfield.
Well, that's a bad, there you go. Get out of that corner spot. Extra pass.
Passes down to the corner and contact as Riggins was making his move to the hole. And he found Amir Rogers in his way.
A lot of times the drive at baseline, Jeff, is on that closeout. And then Rogers had that long closeout there, 6-7 feet, trying to play those angles.
Common foul. Team fouls are even at 1. And do we have a time? No, we don't have a timeout.
Illegal screen.
We do head the other way.
Yeah, got an illegal screen by Riggins there. He was trying to screen the guy guarding him because they switch out on that, the Indians, but he used a, looked like a shuffle block, looked like Jackson Carman for the Bengals kind of. Who, Fairfield graduate?
Yes.
They are proud around here to talk about Jackson Carman and the way he played for the Cincinnati Bengals the last couple games.
Well, the way that the Bengals are poised, they look like they can make a run for a Super Bowl before too long. Thank you very much! Amir Rogers with an exclamation point here in Fairfield tonight.
Krim with a great entry pass. They're really making that bottom of that zone work. And look at this pressure. Look at this pressure. 10. Nope. Here you go.
3-on-1 down the court, and it's blocked, but the putback and 1. Holden got the putback off the miss. He'll go to the line for the bonus.
Watch him work this. Watch him work the bottom of this zone. They're wheeling people through. You wheel them through, direct pass. That's Coney coming through. They were worried about him coming to the corner. Krim kind of looks at the corner, direct pass to Rogers. And what do you say, Jeff? Dunk you very much.
Absolutely.
That was a good one.
Well, this game needed an exclamation point because as much rebounding as we have seen off of misses.
Yeah, here they are wheeling again. Yep.
Krim off the catch, makes a move, back outside. 3 straight on Sanders, misses the shot, the rebound to Avery. Hamilton on the roll. It's Matthews rolling to the rack, takes it. Oh, what a pretty shot.
Makes it.
That's a shot maker's delight right there for Cooper Matthews.
What a shot. Bembry here in transition on defense. He fouled him, and somehow Matthews makes the toughest shot of the night as he's stepping up to the foul line, and Matthews shoots about 56% from the foul line. Going back to Coney on the foul line earlier, he hit that one. You know, his percentage when we were here early in the year was in the 50s. He's up in mid-60s now, so he's really worked as the season progressed on his free throw shooting.
Matthews can't get the bonus. Here comes Fairfield. High-low, saved by Fairfield initially. Coney has it on the block.
Look at him just step through.
Coney has been a Mr. Everything. He's a Swiss Army knife for this club.
He does it all. He passes well. He rebounds well. He's a scorer.
Top 5 in the league in rebounding and assists.
Swiss Army knife. That is a perfect nickname for him as he shoots a 3.
Off the mark. That's not his specialty, though.
It's not.
But you get it, when you get an open look, you got to take it. 9.5% coming in to this ball game from the three-point line.
A lot of times Coney will step in on these out-of-bounds plays and post up, like right now. There he is.
Low left. Shots rejected. He gets it back. Another rebound for Coney. He goes high off the window and scores 2 more.
How did he make that shot?
He played the angles. He played geometry very well on that.
He got Holden to go off the ground just a little bit.
Matthews on the go, no good, and did he step out?
Out of bounds. Rogers had the ball, trying to throw it back in, but his feet were out of bounds. Going back to how did Coney make that shot over Holden? That was a great shot.
Height disadvantaged by a good 4 or 5 inches. Meanwhile, Matthews, no good. He gets it back, and he can't get it to fall.
He cannot buy a basket.
He is stung by bad luck tonight. Here's Coney with it. He gets past Avery. Shots rejected off the window. It's loose on the court. Sanders recovers.
Got a timeout.
And a timeout.
Coach Wyrick trying to save possession.
With 3:56 to go here in this third, and a 20-point lead, and all we're waiting for right now is a coronation for the Indians.
Well, it's a 30-second timeout here by Coach Wyrick as he's talking to his guys. Finished strong. They made a run. Going back to Cooper Matthews, again, Coach Wyrick, key to the game for him was trying to make everything uncomfortable for Cooper. And, boy, they have succeeded tonight. he's a scorer, and they're really making it very difficult. Every shot he shoots has been very, very tough tonight for a Cooper Matthews senior for the Hamilton Big Blue.
Cooper's got 3 in the book. Meanwhile, on the other side, Ray Coney has come alive here in the third. 7 of his 9 have come here in the first half of this third period. We mentioned Coney as a Swiss Army knife. He's scored as many as 23 in a game this year, 11 rebounds in a game, and 7 assists. If there's an X factor to be had going through the sectional, it'll be Ray Coney for Fairfield.
Well, you and I have really liked him a lot the last couple years anyway. He does so much as he post feeds here to Rogers, one-on-one with Holden.
Back outside.
Watch him play
Coney.
a two-man game here, Jeff. Nope.
Skip, 3, Krim on the way. Beg your pardon, was that Krim?
Yes, it was. Who assisted that? The guy you were just talking about.
Mr. Coney,
gets a steal.
who gets a steal?
Another.
Coney drops it off, King to the rack.
Coney is taking over here in the second half for the Indians. He's dropping dimes, making steals, getting rebounds. Another steal.
Another steal. Rogers for Krim to the rack. You've got to call a timeout. Timeout.
What a run by the Indians.
17 for Deshaun Krim with 3:14 to play. 44-17, have mercy.
What a great steal. I think it was King. Did King get that steal at half court there? And then they passed ahead, and Krim finished at the rim. They are just relentlessly pressing the Hamilton Big Blue, just pressing the entire game and making the Big Blue just get out of sync. Very, very uncomfortable right now.
7-0 run since the last time out in the last 42 seconds. Since the start of this third period, Fairfield has gone on an 18-6 run.
Wow.
By the way, this is well worth noting, and this kind of fits in with what we're talking about tonight. When leading at the half this year, Fairfield is 12-0. They're on their way to 13-0.
They are, and so such a really good night for the Indians. As it's their senior night here, and Barry gets a shot for the Big Blue.
Nice hesitation, by the way.
If we get a chance to zone in on Coney's parents, we've got a sign down there. Number 5, the first 3 there. If we could zone in on them when we get a chance, Jeff, they are proud, proud people. Proud, proud parents tonight. Mom's got she got a shirt on. It's got a big 5. That 5 is huge. It's the front row. It's the padded chairs right on the floor. Right across. You can see it now. You can see it now across from our camera view there. Thanks for doing that. But boy, she's proud, isn't she, Jeff?
Yes, she is.
On senior night, watching her son play.
Rogers draws a double. He puts it up. No good. He'll go to the line. With 2:40 to play here in this third. Upping the lead, they have more than doubled their advantage at 27, 44-17. Foul is on Demetrius Berry. That's his second.
They tried to double, just like you said, from the bottom baseline side. And all Rogers did, Jeff, was go strong over top and get a shot right at the foul line here for the Indians.
Amir is a 63% shooter at the line. And one of the things that you and I had talked about with Amir Rogers is over the years, he has become a progressively better shooter at the stripe.
He has, yeah. And again, we talked about it early in the first half. Really shoots the ball well from 12 to 15 feet as well, as they're still pressing. I mean, they are putting the pressure on the Hamilton Big Blue.
Play it in. Tristan Hendricks into the ball game. He misfires. He puts it back, and he gets 2. Tristan Hendricks is a 5'8 sophomore, or he's listed as 5'8. And he cuts into the lead, 46-19. And a steal. And before he can make his way up, looked like Cooper Matthews was fouled on the way. 2:19 to play here in this third.
Yeah, right there, Jeff, right across from, see that number 5? Mm-hmm. That's not 12 font. That's like 20 font, like 5, that's my son out there. It's his senior night. And he's had a great career in Ray Coney for the Indians.
Committed to East Tennessee State.
Yes.
That's a football player.
Absolutely. They're going to get a great kid.
3 straight on for Cooper Matthews. Front lipping out. It's Krim with the ball. He wants to push. And this one misfires.
He going to talk to his brother about that tonight, you think? You got to catch that ball, man. You got to catch that ball. Even if it goes at your head 20 miles an hour and right over top of it, you still got to catch it, son.
I think Davion, the younger brother, knew that he should have had it. Well, right now you're in razzle-dazzle space, right? You know, if you're Fairfield, if you have an opportunity to have a highlight reel play, that's what you're going to do at this point with such a big lead.
Yeah, but they want to stay solid because, you know, you're still playing to be good every single game in all 4 quarters. They're not going to let up, Jeff. They're going to keep playing good D as Avery shoots a wide open three. Deep three.
His third tray of the night. I think you and I are officially good luck charms for Davis Avery. Coney fills the lane. He can't get it to drop. Gabe Clemens fights for it, and it's taken by Demetrius Berry of Hamilton.
Yeah, Gabe Clemens, again, you talked about him earlier, big sophomore.
Matthews, no good. The razzle-dazzle shot can't go. They play up ahead. Coney to the rack.
Boy, they do a good – I mean, they get up the floor in a hurry as they're still pressing up 48-22. Boy, they do a good job of pushing the pace, don't they? Such a good job. The Fairfield Indians. They're not dribbling either. It's pass, layup.
Well, and that's what you want in transition. You don't want a lot of dribbling. It's faster to pass than it is to dribble. Hendricks plays. Matthews outside. Avery launches again. He knocks it down. His 4th tonight.
Again, Cooper Matthews with the assist.
So Davis Avery has 12 in the book. All 4 makes have be from behind the 3-point line.
Would they be anywhere else, Jeff?
No.
80 attempts.
A long 3. It's misfired by Cash Ingram. They play up front. Matthews will spot up 3. Back iron and out. It's just not his night.
It's not. I mean, they're making it so tough.
3. Knock it down from Mason Malone. His first shot of the night. 5 trays as a group tonight for Hamilton. Shot in the act.
Not good.
No good. No foul called as the young Prim misses, and we head to the 4th. It's coronation time for the Fairfield Indians. 1 more quarter to go here at the arena. We'll be back with more on our Game of the Week on Chatterbox Live. To the 4th we go, and all we are doing now is counting minutes. Fairfield on its way to its 3rd straight GMC title. Along with Sean Van Winkle, I'm Geoff Kim. Thanks for joining us here on Chatterbox Live. 3rd quarter stats, I think they just tell more of the story.
A little bit, yeah, and the shooting percentage for the Big Blue went up a little bit. They are at 22% on the game now, and the Fairfield Indians they raised their field goal percentage to 46.7. Again, Davis Avery 4 for 8 from 3-point lane for the Big Blue.
Fairfield, by the way, looking for its 24th straight home win in conference. That is a snootful.
That is, I mean, it's almost an amazing stat if you think about this conference.
Long 3, back iron and out for Cam Sanders. They try to recover. It's still loose, kicked around, and it's a rundown that no one's going to catch up to.
Big Blues ball. The last 2 shots that Sanders has taken, he's kind of went back in transition before the ball gets there instead of staying into his shot.
Avery to toss in. We had mentioned the 3 state titles as Avery will launch, looking for his 5th, no good. Tapped out.
3 GMC titles. I think you said 3 state titles.
I apologize.
Maybe. And you always get me. I'm glad I got you tonight. It's only taken, 30 games that I got you on something?
I think so. I think we're a little preoccupied for what could be coming up
That's right.
for the 7th-ranked team in the state.
That's true, yep.
Fairfield awfully good this year.
Number 1 seed again.
3 from the corner. Krim misfires. The rebound, as expected, to Andre Holden for Hamilton.
They're really working that baseline offense against the zone.
They double the ball handler, and they play it up front. Avery down to the corner. And it's loose. Mason Malone lost it. It's taken away. Here's Krim. He wants to run. He lobs it, and good for 2 more to Ray Coney.
Krim to Coney. We've been hearing that for many, many years here in the arena for Fairfield. What a great pass. They are so good in transition.
3 for Cooper Matthews to answer back.
Timeout, Coach Higgins here.
At 50-31. Cooper Matthews has scored in double figures in all but 1 game this season. Matthews this season has 8 20-point games, including 2 30-point games and a 39-pointer. Wanted to bring this up because his 39-point effort in January on January 6th against Princeton is 3rd all-time on the Hamilton single-game list. The top scorer in a game all-time, Norm Greavy, who ended up playing at the University of Dayton, a school record during the 1984-85 season, 42 points.
Yeah, Norm Greavy, a history at Hamilton, runs deep. Greavy, Norm, has also Kevin Greavy, who went to University of Kentucky. You got Tyrese Walker, went to Xavier University. Chris Kingsbury, McDonald's All-American, the only McDonald's All-American to ever play at Hamilton, who went to University of Iowa. Just a rich, rich history. Ryan Robinson, Taylor University, he played for me. I had to throw that in there. So,
a lot of history. Tonight, history's not on their side, though, as we talk about GMC titles, I mean, Hamilton, if you go all the way back into the 70s when they were a Hamilton Taft, they've had their fair share.
Absolutely.
They had Hamilton
and Middletown both back in the day.
Right.
Yeah.
Hamilton, most recently from 1979 to 81, had won 3 in a row. And then I think in the beginning of the 70s, they had tied for some titles with Middletown, but Middletown, that was during a run with Middletown where they won 7 in a row.
Yes. Rich, rich history.
Krim out of the timeout, up by 19. Fairfield is led by as many as 28 tonight.
In the GMC conference, Jeff, as we got Coney shooting a 3.
And that would have taken the lid off. He gets the rebound, drops it off Rogers.
Great passing.
Crisp passing, by the way. Krim, the runner,
look at
drops
that.
It off.
Oh, what a pass by Krim to Coney again. He just gets in the air sometimes and decides what he's going to do, and that's going to be Fairfield's ball. He gets in the air sometimes and just decides what he wants to do, and he made a nice pass to Coney.
At what point, and I was going to ask this as we're going to see a couple check in for Fairfield, at what point does DJ Wyrick clean out the benches? And I think we're starting to see that.
Well, I think what they'll do is they'll get all the seniors on the court again here, probably around the 3-minute mark, and bring them all 5 off at the same time, would be my guess. And we have to dig deep here. We got number 42 in.
And we don't know who that is.
Who's not in the book.
And we are digging through the reserve roster right now, and we don't see who 42 is. So your guess is as good as ours. I will tell you this as a history note. That's a number made famous by the great Jackie Robinson in baseball.
There you go.
So if he pulls off a very athletic play, we might actually call him Mr. Robinson tonight.
Well, if he would have scored there, we would have been able to figure it out. Sometimes it's freshmen. As Avery gets another 3, Coney with another rebound, the Swiss Army guy. I love that nickname.
He's been a special player for DJ Wyrick.
He just does so much.
And you have to have different types of players, right? That you have the scorer in Krim who can create, especially down into the paint area on drives. Coney just does a little bit of everything in the support role. He doesn't do it with a lot of flash. His shot's rejected by Matthews, but he gets it back.
You got Sanders who can shoot it well. You got Rogers inside on defense.
Draws the double as he put an elbow into Matthews. I think it's going to be a blocking call against Hamilton.
It is. I mean, the referee underneath is mad, but he got fouled 4 times before the referee at half court had to call it.
So Clint Moak picks up the personal. That's 6 on Hamilton here in the half. 4 for Fairfield with 4:36 to go. 4:36 until Fairfield's history. Krim's still in the game, directing traffic. Gets a high screen from Rogers. See if they get a high-low. Instead, they go outside. Coney for three. He knocks it down.
Now, that wasn't supposed to. Now it's Krim to Coney. Those two are playing a two-man game here in the fourth quarter, just enjoying the very last time.
Moak launches three. No good.
One of the last times they play on this court. Jeff, they do have one more home game, which is Tuesday. But the guys on the team asked Coach Wyrick, I asked him this, he said, hey, can we have our senior night on Friday night in the GMC against Hamilton? And that's exactly what they got here.
Well, you know the easy answer on the reason why, right?
Yeah.
They knew we were coming.
That's right. That's right.
By the way, speaking of knowing that you're coming, tomorrow as we wait free throws here.
Another Coney? Is that what they said?
Yeah, Ramir Coney, who's a freshman.
Oh, so we got the brothers out here playing together. The Krim brothers and the Coney brothers.
And what a treat.
What? And look at Mom over on the front row. Let's go. They got the signs ready. What a great night for these two Coney brothers and Krim. Kind of handing off the torch a little bit here tonight.
So Ramir Coney gets his first two varsity points, 57-31. We've seen the lead balloon up to 28. If I recall, 30 is still a running clock, isn't it?
30 or 35. One of the two, isn't it? We haven't seen many of those lately.
I don't think we've seen any in the regular season this year.
You and I have really been part of some fun games, some double overtime game, Middletown West, Hamilton Big Blue, and Middletown.
Partner, on the cusp of, where we're at in the season. We're in the penultimate week of the regular season. We're going to see the coronation for Fairfield tonight. We hope to see Ross and Talawanda battle it out for the SWAT title next Friday. So we're at the time of the year, and here's a 2-on-0 break.
Oh!
He puts it home.
Got him a little bit of a dunk there. Krim on his senior night.
59-31. We'll call it a dunk.
That's a dunk.
Three on the way, no good. Matthews, the rebound. Andre Holden for two more.
Hamilton still playing hard.
Basketball number 2, Andre Holden.
Coney, top of the key, gets the ball back.
Look for these four seniors to come off here, Jeff, together for the Fairfield Indians here soon. And the crowd will stand up for an ovation. These guys have given the Indians a heck of a run over the last 3 years, 4 years for some of them.
Coney low left, checked by Holden. Outside, Davion Krim from really long range, no good, and Amir Rogers a long rebound. They'll reset. Krim drops it off. It's Coney. He turns around, 15-footer, no good, and the back tap belongs to Andre Holden for Hamilton. 2:26 to go. Steal. Up ahead, Davion Krim. It's blocked off the window. Cooper Matthews said, not tonight.
Cooper Matthews with a great block, and Hamilton's clearing their bench. Expect Coach Wyrick here to bring the four seniors off, I would think. As Krim is coming off for the last time. Not the last time. I keep saying that because it's senior night. Krim coming off for senior night. I thought he would bring them all at the same time. It looks like he's going to try to.
Well, what point do you bring them off then?
Now. This game's over.
Steal. Amir Rogers to the hole. Thank you very much. There's your exclamation point. 61-33.
What a dunk. What a night for these seniors. Amir Rogers with the jump shot early in the game, and now he's going to throw one down. Really complete player.
Demetrius Berry picks up the bucket. His first score tonight, if I believe, with 1:36 to go and a stop.
Got a timeout. Referee getting these seniors off. Here they come. You still have one more, which is Coney. He's coming off. He don't want to come off. Coach Wyrick says, get on over here, boy.
Ray's had a fantastic night tonight.
Yeah, everybody's the student section excited over it. Looks like it's USA night, I think. Red, white, and blue over there. Maybe. Looks like it for the student section for the Indians.
Davion Krim will handle. As we had mentioned, it's a small group of schools that have won 3 in a row in the GMC. We'll see Fairfield here in about 70 seconds from now.
Yep.
We mentioned Hamilton a couple of times at the beginning of the 70s and at the end of the 70s. Middletown had a long run, and Princeton, of course, about a decade and a half ago.
Getting some more subs in. Going into the draw, they'll get the results, the seeds. They'll get the seed results tomorrow. Fairfield will be number 1 overall, Jeff, in the draw. I think Elder, Moeller, Sycamore, Princeton, Mason, Anderson, St. X, Turpin, Middletown. You didn't get all that? But we got a lot of GMC. A lot of GMC in that top 10, in my opinion, which you're going to have at least Fairfield, Sycamore, Princeton, Mason, and Middletown. But that parity's been that way all year in the GMC.
They play it down low to the newcomer, Schneider. And we have a jump ball we do with 46.4 to go. So officially you've become our bracketologist at Chatterbox Sports as well.
I try to be. I talk to a lot of coaches still in the circle and got a lot of different opinions on. I think Elder, Moeller are going to fight for that number 2 seed. Vice versa will go the other way.
Moeller has come on strong in the back end of the season since December. 2 more for Hamilton. After they started out 0-3, they've only lost twice since then.
And they weren't healthy at the beginning of the year. They had some kids hurt. And I would not want to play Moeller in the tournament right now. They've got a really good young team as Gabe gets blocked by Barry.
Peyton Davis throws it way up front. Demetrius Berry, low left. Shots rejected. It's still saved. Up front, Mason Malone outside. 3 ball, no good. The rebound belongs to Fairfield. They pop the cork. Fairfield has won his 3rd straight GMC title. A dominating effort tonight here at the arena. The Indians, a blowout winner, 61-37. Have mercy.
You got Aaron Blankenship right down there in the yellow and the white shirt with the basketball. Says, I'm going to hold on to this ball because this is the one that has 3-peat for the Fairfield Indians. They already have the T-shirts ready to sell to the Indians fans. And boy, we just witnessed history tonight, Jeff, in the Fairfield Indians 3-peat. What a great run Coach Wyrick has had here since coming 4 years ago.
By the way, speaking of runs, tonight's game was punctuated by a big run. That cross between the first and second quarters, they had an 18-0 run tonight to really seal the deal early.
And that was the deal. I mean, they really did a great job in that second quarter to just really pressure the Big Blue 94 feet, making it really, really tough for them to do anything at all. And it's, again, like you mentioned, 24 consecutive GMC W's here on this court in the arena.
They have been fantastic. The senior group, led by Deshaun Krim, Ray Coney, and Amir Rogers, they've had a fantastic run. 3 straight GMC titles. They've won 24 conference games here at the arena in a row. And as a composite group, dating back to the time that they were freshmen, they have won 60 games as a group.
Which is amazing. And just going down the stats real quick for these seniors, Jeff, before we get off here. Elijah Bembry on senior night, 2 points. Deshaun Krim on senior night, 19 points, 5 rebounds. Ray Coney on senior night, 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. Let me repeat that. 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists for Ray Coney tonight, who does everything for the Indians. Last one, Amir Rogers, 10 points, 9 rebounds, Mr. Double-Double.
Fantastic night for this bunch at home to really punctuate a memorable night, and they're going to take down the Nets here for the home team in celebration of that, as we see Jeff Sims over there getting that ladder on up. Time now for our play of the game, powered by Headline Sportswear. Partner, what is your pick?
I like the Amir Rogers dunk at the end. because it was kind of like what you said. It's like the exclamation point, pop the cork, as you said, and what a dunk as we got it right here. The steal in the open court, and Amir Rogers. What do you say, Geoff?
Thank you very much.
Oh, my. What a way to end your senior year here on the arena. They got a game Tuesday, it's home, but tonight was senior night. What a special night.
Fairfield improves to 16-4 overall, 13-1 in the GMC to win the conference outright. Nobody can surpass them now at this point or even tie for them. Hamilton falls to 8-11 and 4-10 in the conference. Partner, as we look ahead, before we put a final word and a capper to this one here in Fairfield, getting a look at the young men in the T-shirts, getting ready to take down the net.
Oh, yeah.
I want to talk about tomorrow's game for just a second. The Battle of Hamilton, and it'll be the last one, the last dance for a little while between Ross and Baden.
Sold-out game. You can't get in. Chatterbox is going to have it live. Reed Mouse will be on the mic, and it's going to be exciting to see that game tomorrow night. The Baden Rams and the Ross Rams, and it will be a very, very tight and good game, I'm sure.
Those two teams with a lot of history and close proximity, just 6.5 miles away from one another. You and I will get a chance, we assume at this point. Right now, we're thinking that we'll be at Ross again next Friday for a SWAC title game between the Rams and Talawanda. Though between here and there, we don't know.
That's right.
There's a lot of things that can happen between tonight and next Tuesday to determine if that will be indeed the SWAC title game. But we are hoping to be there. If not, maybe we will see these Fairfield Indians back in action again. They'll be on the road at Princeton to close up the regular season.
And that's a team, Princeton, that nobody wants to play in the tournament. Nobody wants to play in the tournament. But, Geoff, what a great night to call a game in the GMC.
And we get a one shining moment piece here as we see the cutting of the nets here for the home team, the Fairfield Indians. DJ Wyrick's crew has been fantastic. Final thoughts on this one?
Well, they would have cut the nets again in a few more weeks in the district day, so they're getting warmed up for tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. Hats off to the Fairfield Indians, 3 in a row, and I think the greatest conference in Southwest Ohio in the GMC. Hats off to Coach Wyrick and his staff.
Partner, it was fun tonight. We'll see you for week 12.
Oh, yeah.
In a game that took an hour and 15 minutes, it was a win tonight for the Fairfield Indians. In a blowout, 61-37, led by Deshaun Crimm's 19 points. Fairfield improves to 16-4. Hamilton falls to 8-11. Thanks go out to our staff tonight. Our producer was Reed Mouse, our videographer, Mike Ackley, and our statistician, Mia Van Winkle. Next week, we hope to bring you a championship game in the SWAC. Stay tuned as we'll see you tomorrow for Baden and Ross. For my partner, Sean Van Winkle, I'm Geoff Kim. Good night from Fairfield.